This little pear tree of mine is not growing straight, and I've been staring at it for a year trying to figure out exactly what I need to do with it. I think I finally figured it out. I've been torn between just pruning it back like heavily until there's nothing left almost, and so that way it'll grow straight up. Based on what I can figure out, I think I can still save it without having to prune it back too heavily, because it's really doing well. This is my best fruit tree that I've got, and I really just don't want to lose all the progress I have on it, but I've got to get it doing better than what it is. Homer wants to be an outside cat so bad. Howdy folks, my name's Reagan. Welcome back to the GWP Homestead. Despite what it looks like and what the forecast tells you, it's still winter, which means that now is still the time to get my fruit trees and my garden ready for spring. We're really excited for this growing season this year. Last year we had some success, not with our fruit, but with our garden. We did better than we've done before, and I guess it was really the first year that we've been serious about it. So yesterday I went and bought about a cubic yard worth of dirt to finish out our raised beds. Last year we had 2 of our raised beds going. This year we're going to have all 8 of them, plus our 2 that kind of actual raised beds that we'd built. And I'm just really excited to get stuff in the ground. Still got time. Not just yet, but we're getting closer. Let me get you in here and show you what we're actually looking like. So you can see I've got some little offshoots from the stump. I'm going to prune those back, but the main trunk of the tree comes out this way. And up here at what would be the top, I've got some good growth, but you know, all these vertical shoots, way too many of them, got to trim them back. But where do you actually start? So I've contemplated coming in about right here and cutting all of that off and making this the new main trunk, but I don't like that either. I really don't want any of this where it kind of would otherwise bend out. I don't want any of that in there. So I think what I'm going to do, so got this bamboo because we have another invasive species around here. We're going to tie this bamboo to this thing in a few places. Trim back everything else off of here, tie the bamboo to it. I have some stakes, a couple T-posts, so we're going to use the stakes, and we'll tie this thing up. We'll tie the tree straight to the bamboo, stake it to a couple of stakes, one on either side, and we're just going to have to see how that does. And I'm optimistic about this, but that's probably foolish. There's only one way to find out. Well, that looks different, doesn't it? Wow. Now with everything cleared off, it's easier to see kind of what I had in mind because, of course, it was only known to me. We're going to tie this thing up, and this is going to be our new main leader coming off of there. Now that thing, I mean, this tree is already 6 feet tall, but I've got, you know, this branch coming off this way. This one's going to come off this way. With fruit trees, because they bear so much weight, it's really important that your branches coming off to the side come off at a side and don't come off at a sharp angle. Where these branches come in, that crotch, if it's too steep, if it's too steep of an angle, it's actually a weaker joint, for lack of a better word. When they come off really solid and really square, that's a very strong connection that can bear a lot of weight when these things are loaded down with fruit. All right, change of plans. This isn't working. I cannot get this thing tight enough to where it'll actually keep the thing straight. So we're going to try to stake it first, and then if I need to add this later, I can try again. But it's just not working out. It's worth a shot, I guess, but it's not working out. If you're new to fruit trees and you're wondering why do you need to prune them anyway, the reason is if you have too many branches running all over the place, it'll actually limit your fruit yield. So what we're trying to focus on is having the right amount of branches right where we want them, having a good shaped tree so we can focus on having bigger, better quality fruit rather than just having, you know, twice as many apples or pears, but they're a lot smaller. We want nice, big, juicy fruit. And I'm so happy with how this thing looks now. I'm pleasantly surprised, if I do say so myself. This thing looks a lot better. The shape is better, and I didn't really know how it was going to turn out. The bamboo wasn't going to work, but this looks a lot better than it did. And it's certainly far from perfect, but I don't need perfect, I just need functional. We've still got more to do. On to the next thing. Now these sorry looking bushes are triple crown blackberries. They're supposed to be semi-erect, meaning they stand up on their own. I don't really think that's the case. We put these in the ground last spring, so we should be getting some fruit this year, but the way they are just kind of hanging over, I'm not thinking we're going to get anything. So what we're going to do is, instead of having this wire that's doing absolutely nothing, we're going to put some welded wire fence up that we have, extra scrap stuff that we have laying around. Pro tip, if anybody's ever throwing anything away, you want it, because you know, how else are you going to have extra scrap stuff if you just don't take everybody else's trash? That's a tip from me. Where these vines are laying over, we actually have some that are taking root back there, which is not what we wanted, but it's kind of cool because we're going to dig those up and have more in the ground. So once those things kind of settle in, I don't know, another month or so, we'll prune them back and then just transplant that back here into line with this stuff. May even put it right there in between. That looks so much better. It's unbelievable. Glad we got that done. I hate that we put it off that long. I wish we could get stuff done. I wish I could get stuff done. Megan's really good about it. I am not. Wish I could get stuff done in a manner like more timely than what I have been. I'm trying to do my best. You know, you can only do so much, and you really have to prioritize and pick and choose your battles and the times of them. That should have been done earlier, but it's done now, and we are ready for blackberries.
Are you trying to help? Helping? In 2 of our beds, we bought dirt last year, but dirt is expensive to buy, especially if you get it mixed with compost. So 2 beds, we got dirt in them. The rest of them are a mixture of cardboard and sticks. And then when we cleaned out our cow stall, the cow so lovely helped us and actually did deep litter composting method accidentally. So they also, in most of the beds, those are filled with that. So now we got some more dirt to put on there. So we're getting ready for garden season. Help Daddy.
Hey, I don't got any leverage. This is not recommended, but I can't tell them no. That's the problem. Well, we ran out of daylight, but the truck is unloaded and we're about to get rained out. So anything else we even wanted to do ain't happening today. So thank you so much for coming along on this little journey with us today. It's fun just spending time outside with most of the family. And we do have, 4 more beds to go, dear?
Yep.
But the trick with those is where they had the deep litter compost, there's not a whole lot more dirt. So we do have to buy a little bit more dirt. We're getting there. It's a process, but we're almost there. And if we absolutely had to today, we could get stuff in the ground. But we don't have to today. We got more time because we are being proactive.
Ow.
Thank you guys so much. Once again, my name's Reagan, Megan, Deacon. This is the GWP Homestead, and we'll see y'all soon.
Bye, guys.